Welcome to Dr. Kush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Kush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dr. Kush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Kush. I am angry. My friends. I am the sea today with sailors just trying to get home. And yet, my anger knows no bounds. And it is directed at one company and one company only. And that is, and let me find us a good proper camera. We'll do this one. Restream.io. I'm mad. Thank you. Bon says, do that breathing again. Let me ask you guys a question. We don't need to make the whole thing about how Tiki Tuesday is the most important day of the week, because of course I set up a tiki bar. It's the day that everybody shows up. And yet I cannot, for the life of me, convince anybody at Restream.io to listen to me when I say that the way they have set up their website just since Saturday is hot garbage. It's hot, and it's hot, and it's garbage. Okay, I'm going to bring in the people over on Instagram now. They don't need to hear about that. Just you guys. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. Tiki Tom says, not sure if it would meet my needs, but he's had good luck with StreamYard. Well, listen, Restream.io doesn't work. It just doesn't. It's not a working platform. It's not a platform for anybody. So StreamYard will have to do it. Welcome, everybody, to Dr. Kush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Kush. If you are just finding me right now, I couldn't be sorrier. But the reason we are doing another daiquiri, on Tiki Tuesday, despite the fact that, and let me say this to the people in the back, everybody, wave in the back, the daiquiri is not a tiki cocktail. It is not a tiki cocktail. Yes, of course. Can it find its place within tiki? Yes. Can you tiki-fy it? Yes. Does it certainly predate tiki by about 50 years? Uh-huh. But that doesn't mean that on Tiki Tuesday, we can't talk about the beginnings of tiki, about sort of, the tropical, what's even going on with the tropicals, and also inventive bartenders that took a pretty tried and true version of an amazing cocktail like the daiquiri. Can I just say real quick, I didn't mean to do this. I cannot stop that music. It just stops it when it's done. I love it when I can hit the end of the music and do a little poignant right there, just like I did. Anyway, we're going to be talking about up until September starts, which is when the fall of fizz will begin. We are going to be making daiquiris. So get ready. We're going to do some strawberry daiquiris. We're going to do some tiki daiquiris. We're going to do all kinds of daiquiris. So just get ready for daiquiris. They're coming at us. And why not start off the daiquiri times with a countdown from daiquiri number 5 from Constante Ribilagua Virt all the way to daiquiri number 1 by Constante Ribilagua Vert. Constantino, some people call him. I call him Constante because I like to call people by slightly different names. Dougie G, Bon, Kyle's lawyer Kim, who else? Shawnee P. Let me see if I got everybody's. Oh, Tiki Tom is in here. Polly B, Amy Beer. I don't know if you guys know this. Not her real name. I didn't change that though. I'm not going to count that for me. Anybody else? Those are all the names that I call people differently. That is, of course, Constante Ribelagua Vert, the king of cocktails in Cuba, created this amazing cocktail and didn't create the daiquiri, adopted the daiquiri, and then made it his about 1,000 times over. So we're going to be making one of his daiquiris, the number 4. The number 4. And what's great about this daiquiri? Specifically, now, even though he fraps a couple of them, this is specifically known as the Frappe daiquiri. So if you really wanted a daiquiri frapped, hey, I got the daiquiri for you, pals. It's like, you know, if I was to say, hey, if I really want to go live on multiple streams and pay $250 a year in order to have that privilege, I would use anything other than Restream. That's what I would say. Let me just real quick. Well, let's give Restream just so you guys know who we're dealing with. This is Restream, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Meet Restream.io. Every time they put this up, normally I just ignore it. This time, because now I can't see any of the messages you guys put, and we're in a different stream than the one I set up. It seems like Restream is just laughing in my face. So please, if you can, I'm going to use my very small army. If you know of Restream, just go right on their wall. Say, hey, I tried to watch Dr. Kush and I couldn't. 7 minutes in, we haven't started a drink. Let me say hello to the people first before we get too deep into this. Let me say hello to Shawnee Vanderbeek. Good evening. How are you, pal? Bon Bon is here. Tiki Tom is ready to go. I had a long conversation today that involved Tiki Tom about me being at the Mahahiki. Is that what we call it? Me being at the Mahahiki. Maybe not this year, Tom. But soon, and for the rest of our lives, I will be heading out to Indiana to talk to them about tiki things. Hopefully that takes off. I pitched it today to a couple people. They seem to like it. Let me say hello to Paul. Wow. Any chance this works?
Wow.
Wow, that works. I also pay money for that. That's fun. Kyle did make it. Wow. Kyle made it. Amy Beer, hello again. Do the breathing again. I do the breathing every day. I'm a particularly, I don't mean to toot my own horn. I make pretty good drinks, but I am a very good meditator. I've been known to be the greatest meditator alive. I'm like one of those flying yogis. Let me say hello to Kyle's lawyer, Kim. Made it awkward at our house and at the bar as well. A lot of places. Tiki Tom suggests StreamYard. Yeah, we're going to look into StreamYard after this. Hopefully it's cheaper and works. That's all I need. Honestly, if even one of those things was right, I would take it over what I'm using right now. DC Debbie Clark is here, guys. Don't worry. We almost lost everybody. But there is DC Debbie Clark. It is her real name, just not the real spelling. Well, okay. Doesn't help my point. Can I go to Starbucks and order a Frappe daiquiri? Yes, you can. You can, or you can do whatever you want in Starbucks. Whether or not they give it to you is a completely different situation. This is going to be a frappe situation. Loriander asks, do I do yoga? I have done yoga in my life. I am not flexy. So I try, but it frustrates me. Sort of like the other day I tried to do a two-step. You guys ever heard of a dance called the two-step? It's actually 2 steps and 2 shuffles, and that's where I couldn't handle it. I did not like the two-step. I like West Coast swing, but I cannot do a two-step. What do we got here? I'll just carry this around with me. This isn't just like my security blankie. That's not what this is. This is a blender. This blender, not the NutriBullet. Not the NutriBullet. Just the blender, the idea, the concept, the blender at large is where we find a bit of Constante Ribelagua Vert's genius. This guy took a new technology and made it his own. Again, not the NutriBullet, but other blenders. He made other blenders into the thing. Now, we recently, I didn't get into this fight, but somebody that I know got into an argument about what exactly is a daiquiri. One person was explaining, you know what a daiquiri is? It's the big blended thing that you always get in Vegas. That's a daiquiri, dummy, you idiot. What do you don't know what you're talking about? And this person stood up for the daiquiri. Says, no. They said, no, that's not what the daiquiri is. The daiquiri, lime, sugar, rum. That's what it is. I liked hearing that people were standing up for the daiquiri and in its real state. However, we can thank Constante Ribelagua Vert for at least giving us another version of the daiquiri, the frapped daiquiri. And the Frappe daiquiri is basically like a regular daiquiri, except, now I think you guys will get one of these. It's frapped. 2, maraschino liqueur. That's it. From here, you can see if we're adding maraschino liqueur or maraschino liqueur. If you're adding maraschino liqueur, you're basically adding cherries. Okay, well, it's not a hard thing to go from cherries to strawberries. I don't know why those two are cousins. One of them is a berry. Is a strawberry not a berry? I feel like a strawberry is not a berry. Can somebody look that up? Strawberry has its seeds on the outside, which I believe makes it not a berry. Will somebody look that up? Somebody quick. Is a strawberry a berry? And I believe that a cherry is a berry. Otherwise, it has to be a legume. I wish I knew more about these things. Loriander is asking all the right questions. At least one of the right questions. Is this a frozen daiquiri? Yes. It's a frozen daiquiri. It's frapped. It's a frappy daiquiri. Let's get into it. Should we get into it? I feel like we could all use a drink. Okay. Very, very simple, this cocktail. Very, very simple. Oh, David, just one quick. Let me say hello to David Virtue. I have a sad story. Davey Virtue, our 2,000 subscriber. The last time I mentioned that, I had mentioned that we had 2,126 subscribers. Well, unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I don't know if we lost somebody. I don't know if somebody passed away. I don't know if somebody in my audience said horrible things and were banned forever on YouTube. I don't know what happened because it was not the content. The content is stellar. Nobody would just leave the stream. We lost a subscriber. So now, even though Davey Virtue was our 2,000 subscriber, we are now at 2,125. If you have a friend, get them to subscribe because we've lost somebody. And I don't like that. That ruins my day. Almost as much as Restream.io. Okay. No, a strawberry is not a berry in the botanical sense. Strawberry is a berry, says Bon Bon. Scott DuBois brings in something. He was waiting in the YouTube stream. I don't like that. Okay, well, we're going to find, okay, per the Google, it is not a berry. But a cherry is? Can somebody check and see if the cherry is a legume or a berry? We have to find out. Let's get into this cocktail. We need, because per Constante Ribilagua Vert's prescription, his description, his recipe for this cocktail, we need to put this into a blender thing. So this is a blender thing. This is a blender thing from another angle. This is a blender thing from this angle. And we're going to go ahead and grab some rum. Now, how much rum do we have? This much left. We are the only show that I know of on YouTube that uses very empty bottles. Every time I watch somebody else's YouTube channel about making drinks, they always have full bottles. I call foul. I call shenanigans. Otherwise, I call huge wastefulness or big alcoholism. Whatever it is, I don't believe that these people are... Oh, dang. How do I have a bar without a jigger? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I was too busy talking to those Restream dorks. We'll do without them. Okay, this is a 1.5. We'll be fine. Oh, a Loriander believes that a strawberry is a nut. No, a cherry is not a berry by botanical definition. Okay, cherry is a stone fruit. All right, well, real quick. Now we're getting to the bottom of this. Cherry is a stone fruit similar to like a peach. Cherry is not a berry. Loriander thinks the cherry might be a nut. And Amy says they are not drinking enough if they're full. I would say the other thing, Amy. I would say that they are drinking the entire thing. They're drinking the entire thing if they are, they make one drink and then they chug it and then they go buy a new bottle. That's what I think. Anyway, 15 minutes in, we haven't poured an ingredient. This is Constante Ribilagua Vert's 4th daiquiri. Go ahead and grab your rum. What kind of rum? Gold. We're doing gold. You guys are saying jigger by the Tiki mug. This is just the wrong jigger. Don't worry. This is a 1.5 and a 1. It's very well marked on the, oh, not that one. It's very well marked on the inside. It has all the things. I think it even goes down to a 1/4. So this is a very precision jigger. I was going for more of a rock and roll jigger, but Rock and roll guy. What can I say? Go ahead and put in 2 ounces of a gold rum, preferably Puerto Rican, and if not, something you like. This is not an exact science, this daiquiri. Go ahead and put in 2 ounces of a rum you like. How about? That's 1.5 ounces. And now we have to go like that. I don't know why I measure. I'm just going to put more in anyway. All right. Get this here. Let me see. Coriander. In fact, strawberries are a collection of nuts, also called a multiple co-fruit. I'll put this out so you guys can read that I'm not making this up. Strawberries are a collective of nuts, also called a multiple co-fruit in botanical context. All the small bright dots on the strawberry dish are nuts. And the red berry is the outer pulp that holds the nuts. I think Loriander wanted me to say holds the outer nuts. You got me. It's like one of those birthday things where they're trying to get you to say the silly names like Ida Butts or whatever. It's kind of like that. But now I just said the red pulpy fruit. What did I just say? I'll say it again. We'll get canceled today. Is the outer pulp that holds the nuts. A strawberry, for the most part, guys, is the outer pulp that holds the nuts. Go ahead and grab a lime. We're going to cut it just like Constante would. We're going to start over here, and we're going to cut this part off. This is really, if we think about my techniques and the techniques that I like so much, Constante has one of my favorites, and it is this method of cutting limes. Now, I did not learn this from Constante. In fact, I learned this from the outside of a lime box. When we worked in bars, you bartenders will know. When we worked in bars, you used to get huge boxes full of limes. And sometimes they would say things on the outside. Sometimes they would say how to squeeze a lime. Tell you to cut it like this. Say it's the best way to do it. Constante definitely did it like this. We're going to go ahead and squeeze in like this. We want to get this real close because we want all of that what? Lime oil. Throw this in here. Really good. Looking great. Feeling beautiful. Throw this in here. Oh, yeah. Love this. Amy Beer asked, did I get this bottle, I assume, at Ralph's or Thrifty's? I did get it at Ralph's. Does it say Ralph's on here? Oh, it does. It says Ralph's. Right there. We got it at Ralph's. Not at Thrifty. They usually, whenever Ralph's sells those bottles for $15.99 or less, I buy 2 of them. Because I know that I'm saving at least $1. And boy, do I love dollars. Go ahead and squeeze in all of this. This is a small little lime. So you're looking for the juice of half a lime. What does that mean? I won't stab you. It means whatever you think it means. It means just eyeball about half a lime of juice. And go from there. All right, we put this in a weird order. Should have put it in a different order. What is going on today? Oh, there it is. We put this in an odd order. Should have put in the lime. Should have put in the sugar, then the lime. We didn't do that. We put in the booze first. We had something on our brain today. We put in the booze first. But today, we're going to take some of this sugar. This is just regular old granulated sugar. We're going to put in like a bar spoon and a half. We're looking for about a tablespoon, which 1 tablespoon equals half an ounce. So probably 2 big heaping one of these. See these? See what I'm doing right here? About that much, but do it twice. Like that. And like, let's do it on this one. Oh, let's do it on this one. That. And give that a stir. Now we are going to frappe this here in just a second. So the stir is not so important, but the frappe really isn't going to help dissolve all of this sugar in the lime. So give it a stir anyway. Stir until you don't really see any sugar left in there. Maybe pull one of these. This is kind of a fun little move. Make the ocean. Okay. That's a daiquiri. That, my friends, is a daiquiri, but let's make it a little bit more fun. This is one of my favorite ingredients of all time. In fact, it is also one of my favorite Halloween costumes of all time. I really thought that this was kind of clever until I went the next year as the Licorax, who speaks 43s, which is an incredibly, as I found out, esoteric Halloween costume. Almost nobody like that. Paul wants me to say happy birthday to his friend Hugh Jessol. So happy birthday to Paul's friend Hugh Jessol. Hopefully, maybe that's one of Paul's French friends. We know Paul's been to France a few times. One of his friends named Hugh Jessol. So happy birthday to that guy. Okay, we have this. This is Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. Why did he put this in here? I don't know. And I really wish that he was alive so that I could ask him. But not only is it freaking delicious. Let's get the right camera angle so we can win our awards. There we go. Not only is it freaking delicious, it also adds some sweetness, and it also adds some bitterness, and it also adds kind of a cool flavor explosion that takes all the stuff we have in here and sucks it together. Really good stuff made of Croatian cherries. I don't know if he's in here, but I know that our good friend Richie the Whiff has been to Croatia. He told us about it. He told us all about this. Okay. D. Dunkley makes a good point. Luxardo can be divisive, kind of like absinthe. Love the stuff. Yeah. Funny enough, D. Dunkley, if you were to add this to a drink, gosh darn it, my feet are all wrong today. If you were to add this stuff to a drink, like say a Manhattan, you would actually be improving a Manhattan. That's not to say that it makes it taste better. That's to say that that's what you call a Manhattan or an old fashioned when you add Luxardo Maraschino liqueur. You know the other thing that you can add to a Manhattan to make it improved? Absinthe. Either one of those things will improve a drink. That's not to say that it actually makes it better. It's just what you call it. We're going to go through all these terms. You know what? Put it on my calendar. Who's running my calendar these days? I think it might be Shawnee Panda Baker. Shawnee Panda Baker, write it on my calendar. One day, you don't have to do this. One day, we're going to go through all the terms. I'm going to write down all the terms. We're going to go through all of them. It's going to be a very boring day, and nobody's going to like it. And you know who I'm going to invite? Restream.io. Go ahead and put in 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of this stuff. Listen, put in a 1/4 ounce of some Luxardo Maraschino liqueur and call it a day. Really, all we want is all of that delicious, just the ness. Can we just, do we have to have like a definition for everything? We just want the ness of that in here. Oh, let me say hello to my people. Let me just say, if there's anybody watching over on Instagram, let me say hello to my people on Instagram. There are 0 people watching. So hi to all of you. Thank you for showing up. Loriander suggests adds 1 bar spoon of green chartreuse to any cocktail, and it will most of the time make it better. Maybe if you say, can I have a better Manhattan? That's green chartreuse. That doesn't have, I don't believe green chartreuse has a term for that. It might fall under the improved, but I don't know. We're going to go ahead and add about 5 ounces of ice. That's about this much. How do I know it's about that much? I don't. So we're going to add a little bit more. There we go. We have already crushed this ice. It makes the frappe process so much easier. We're going to shove this guy on right there. We're going to get our Constante Ribialagua Veritas, a version of the, what do you call this thing? Blender. He did not use this blender. He did not use this blender. This blender was not invited or invented is what I meant to say. Either way, you want lots of ice because we want to be able to stack this dude. All right. So see how there's ice still poking up. See how there's like more ice and liquid. That's what we want because we got a big old vessel to fill. We're going to throw this in here. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Blender cam doesn't work. It's a tough day. It's a tough day, but you know what? We're going to get through it. Okay. I just want you guys to take a note real quick. Do you see how it's just moving around like this? See how liquidy that is? We want to touch more. We want this thing to stack. All right. We want this thing to have a little bit of upward. We want it to go upward. All right. So we're going to put a little bit more ice in here. There we go. Looking really good so far, everybody. Really, really thinking that this is going to go great. Put this back on. Kyle says, we have each other. I assume he's not talking about us because one of us is suing the other one. So that's Kim K's fault. Kim K, of course, sent me a letter letting me know that my barback, who I took in to my bar, taught him a skill. Barbacking is a great skill. I started off as a barback. I think you'd be hard pressed if we were to go back. I don't think any of them are watching right now. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a barback that worked with me or for me that did not think that I was pretty good. They all thought I was pretty nice guy. Taught him a lot, gave him just enough rope to usually trip themselves with. But I think I was a pretty good little, I was a good barback boss. I love my barbacks. I like my bartenders too, but your barback has stabbed you in the back. Yes. Yes. Oh, noise cancellation does not like blenders. Nobody could hear what I was saying. Okay, well, all right. I don't know what to do about that. We're going to go ahead and pour this in now. I want you guys to watch how this is going in. We want this thing to stack. Oh, boy. Hopefully, we get a little bit of stack on there. Oh, yeah. Up higher than the glass. That is what we're looking for. Normally, now how normally do you just see frozen daiquiris out in the wild? You don't. Most bars that think that all daiquiris need to be frapped, they don't make daiquiris. They will tell you we don't have a blender. If we think that all blenders, or we think that all daiquiris need blenders, and we don't have a blender, so we can't make it. Other bars that think that daiquiris should be made with lime, sugar, and rum, and just shaken up real good, they don't make the things with blenders. So you don't really see a lot of blended daiquiris in the wild. If you do, if you see a blended daiquiri in the wild, it should look like this. It should not be in the form of an Eiffel Tower, a naked lady, what else do those things come in? A flute, or one of those like yard sticks. It should not come in one of those. It should not be how this is served. Oh, I really wanted to put a cherry in here, but somebody at the bar has taken to really liking Manhattans. And now they always put the cherries live elsewhere. So we're going to take just one of these guys. This is just a little bit of lime. We're going to shove it in there so that it stays. Hopefully you have enough soupiness, enough like a chowder, clam chowderiness that your lime will stick in there. We're going to put a straw in here and we're going to get close. Very nice. Not too sweet. Finds its balance. A lot of this sweetness comes from the maraschino liqueur. A lot of the liquid that's just dripping all around here Comes from condensation, not me spilling. A lot of the headache that you get immediately from drinking this comes from the ice. Brain freeze. But this right here, guys, is the Daiquiri number 4. We did the Daiquiri number 5 last week. Oh God, brain freeze. Oh God. I kept drinking through the brain freeze, thinking that I was too cool for it, and I can't get through it. How do you get rid of brain freeze? Okay. So if you get, so if you get brain freeze, that means you have something in there. Hey, I guess it does. Honestly, I never thought about it like that. Can't get brain freeze if you have at least 50% of a brain. Or if you don't have 50% of a brain. I feel like that's a good sign. I don't know why I'm going back in. Keep it at the front of my mouth. Push your tongue to the roof of your mouth. I did. Yeah. Looks great, but the freeze, I can feel it from here. What? Everybody agrees with Kyle? Or I look like this thing. Tongue to the roof of your mouth. I could. Okay. Should I try and give myself brain freeze one more time and see if I can't do the tongue to the roof of my mouth thing? I don't think I've ever done that. Ready? Oh, it works. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Kyle. Okay, that's this. All right, guys. This is where we're at right now. Give it to Kyle and see if he gets a brain freeze. I don't want to steal your joke or anything, Loriander. Not sure he has all the equipment. Let me explain what's going on. Because of the restream issues right now, which I am going to sit down with them as soon as we get off of this call. Is this a call? As soon as I get off of this stream, I'm going right back to them to explain to them that their very expensive program is making it so that my people cannot find my show. It's unacceptable. I had some very fun people coming up soon. However, if I cannot get this restream thing to fix itself, I can't, in good faith, have people on. So, please be advised that at least for Thursday, we most likely will not have a poster for the stream. We will just go live. We will just be not live for 1 second, and then we will be live that next second, because it doesn't do me any good to make the posters if this isn't going to work. Saturday will probably be the same thing. I received an amazing package yesterday with a number of BG Reynolds products. I'm told that the culprit is in the house, is in the room with us right now. I would like I'd like a verification on that, if I could. But if that is the case, we will probably do some BG Reynolds cocktails this Saturday. I think that sounds like a ton of fun, just making the drinks on the back of a BG Reynolds bottle. That's what we will do. But we might also, since we're supposed to have a guest this Saturday, I might have to do the BG Reynolds thing. My friend Jack Mayofer really likes frozen daiquiris. Is it another one of your French friends? These guys have such strange names. Jack Mayofer, Jack May Ofer, Jack May Ofer. I don't know how to pronounce that. Jack Mayo Fair. I guess Paul's friend really likes daiquiris. Listen, hard to not like a daiquiri. Do you not trust me? I do not. Okay. What did we learn today? Let's go over what we learned today. Cherry is a stone fruit. The strawberry is just white pulp that holds the nuts in. Paul's friend, Jack Mayofer, likes daiquiris, and Paul had another friend, but we figured it out. We figured out they were something into something else. His friend Ben Dover or something. Oh, Philip. Oh, happy birthday to Philip McCraxon. Happy birthday to Doug G's friend, Philip McCraxon. So happy birthday to that guy. Hopefully Philip's having a good day. Oh, yes. Sorry. Hugh Gisole. Paul's friend. Happy birthday to Hugh Gisole. We love Hugh Gisole. Okay. We're going to figure this out. But if you do not see a card for Thursday, we will be live Thursday. It will just happen suddenly. It'll just go like this. And one day we won't be alive, and then we will be live. And then for Saturday, get ready because we're making PG Reynolds stuff. Thank you. It was Bon. Thank you. We will do a whole class on it this Saturday. And hopefully it all works. I'm very excited. There was some really cool stuff, but I don't want to go through and show it until Saturday because then we'll all know what we're doing. Thank you, Bon. That it made me happy about it. Kush, think about it. What? I don't know. What am I thinking about? I'll think about it later. Okay, someone watched too much Simpsons. I did. Okay, that is what I got for you guys as always. Always a pleasure, as they say, never a chore. Thank you to the one person watching over on Instagram. That's never going to work, I don't think. But thank you for watching. As always, you guys are, as they say in the parlance of our times, the greatest. And I will see you back here on Thursday. Whether or not we have a card, I don't know. But we will be live, and we might just go instantly live. Thank you guys so much. If you get a chance to write on Restream.io's X or on their Instagram or whatever, tell them I'm angry. As always.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's not the fun one. Why don't we end with a fun one? As always, what do we say when we look at our friend? Where is it? Oh, what do we say when we look at our friend Restream.io right in the eyes? We say, "Oh, shots fired!" Oh, and then we could also say, what are some fun ones? Oh, we'll say like this.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And we might say,
"Oh, brother, this guy stinks."
This guy does stink. And maybe one of these.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
And how about this one?
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real. You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Bye-bye.
This is the way we're talking to, so I'm not a zombie.
Today, Tiki birthday.
Okay.
I'm having a party, and you're invited. You trying to drive me crazy? What? Well, my mistake.
We don't know.
But that's not what we're talking about.
My father gave me a small amount of
Bye.